Emma. I'm from Stamford, Namibia, and my family business is all about weaving carpets from Sokora wool. So Sokora wool was actually known at a time as the black diamond of Namibia. So many years ago, it was bought and transported to Europe, the fur of a one-day-old pals. Okay. And so the vision and the passion that goes into the carpet is all about employment, training for youth and for women. The mill artisans was invited by the UNDP of Namibia, and so we got the opportunity to come here to Rwanda. And it's just such a big opportunity to make people known of this special kind of carpet and to export into all over Rwanda and Africa. That's the aim. So not only do we love the end product, but it's the story behind it, the love and the passion that goes into these carpets. It's the aim and the vision is just to train and to love the people in Namibia. Because in the south of Namibia, in Stamford, where the factory is based, it's 80% unemployment rate. And that's quite a lot. It's severe poverty, severe hunger. And with the carpets, the more orders we get in, the more job opportunities we have, the more training we can give. And so the trainee becomes the trainer, and the more and the more. And that's the aim, and that's the more orders we get in, the more job opportunities you get and give. And the aim is to solve this severe hunger. Prior to COVID, 360 ton of wool was burnt and damaged. And so if you convert 360 ton into carpets, it's 120,000 square meters a year carpets can be made and transported all over.
So my name is Odise Ndaisaba. I'm the CEO and founder of Continuity Group. We are an advisory firm that works at the intersection of science, service and technology. And we provide advisory services on strategy and impact. And by doing so, we hope that we can support organizations to discover their true potential, working with technology, but also telling their stories of their dreams and what they're trying to solve, the challenges they're trying to fight with their businesses. Technology is just a tool that helps organizations to speed up operations and improve operations. But before you even get into that, you need to understand why do you need to offer the service you want to offer, or why do you need to offer the product you want to offer the market. So you need to provide the benefits the customer is likely to get out of this kind of engagement that you're trying to induce with the customer. Meaning that now with this kind of organization, what you're working with is to support decision making, understand what the customer wants, understanding the different preferences that the customers actually have so that they can able to design products and services that are meeting the expectation of customers.
Njewe amazina yanjye ni Prince Nahimana. The founder of this business, Kigali Deaf Art Gallery. Yatangiye muri 2019. Njye umuyobozi nigisha abana bafite ubumuga bwo kutumva no kutavuga, nkabigisha gushushanya no gukora imitako bitandukanye. Iyi ni imyaka 4 bamaze bakora, bafite ahantu galeri yabo iri Kimironko. Njyewe nize universite mu gushushanya, innovation ibintu bisasa. Natangiye fasha abana b'urubyiruko gushushanya ko mu bisanzwe painting abantu bose barabikora, ariko njyewe nashatse guhindura innovation nkoresha amasaro. Ushobora kugakoresha muri ofisi, ugashiramo amabike, ama business card. Igitekerezo naricaye ndeba ibintu bikenewe, abantu bose bafite ibintu bisa, ndavuga njye n'iki kintu nazana, nihe idea nshyashya nazana itandukanye n'iby'abandi basanzwe bafite. Mu bisanzwe abantu bakoresha amasaro, mashanete, ku maherena, njye nashatse kwihindura ko nayikoreshamo ibindi bintu bitandukanye muri rusange. Igitekerezo naricaye mbona nicyo kintu gikenewe gishyashya kidahari. We afite abandi akorera hamwe, bamwe bafite imbaho barazizana, wakazikoresha azishushanya, ashiraho amasaro, ibindi byo niwe bikora, ari ahandi aba yakuye materiyeri bakora imbaho babaza bakabimugarurira, we akongeraho amasaro n'aya marangi. Hano muri iyi konferanse turi kwigiramo gukorera hamwe, gufatanya n'abandi, ukareba ku isoko uko bimeze, ugashaka isoko abandi bafite, kwitabira ama expo atandukanye, ukagenda ureba ibyo abandi bakora ukiga. Ashaka kwereka abantu bamenye n'abafite ubumuga bwo kutumva no kutavuga bakora iki, babafasha iki, ari kugenda abereka nabo babyumve ko nabo bashoboye. Ubu ngubu turashima cyane, communication yaroroshye. Imyaka ya kera abantu ntago bari basobanukiwe, ariko uyu munsi twakoze ubuvugizi bwinshi, abantu twagize inclusive, harimo abafite ubumuga, hari n'abatabufite bashobora gusema. Kera wasangaga dufite umusemuzi umwe wenyine ari gukora kuri televiziyo, ahandi ntawe uhari, ku ishuri nta musemuzi dufite, kwa muganga nta musemuzi dufite, ari ibibazo. Ariko ubu ngubu hose twarabubonye, imbogamizi zaragabanutse uko biri, hari abantu b'abasemuzi.
Okay, my name is Daisy Kambalame. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the Malawi Confederation of Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It's the main private sector body in Malawi. So we're here to really understand how the FCTA is going to affect private sector, looking at the opportunities that we need to create, understanding how that dynamic is going to work, and making sure that our SMEs also understand the opportunities and the market that is out there, and also promoting Malawian products. Like you see, we've got coffee, we've got our fertilizer, we've got our bulbs that we're producing, honey, groundnuts, and other products that we're also producing. Well, I think for us as Malawi, there are a number of companies, some of our members that are already trading, so they are more advanced. But then you also need to understand that most of our businesses are actually small businesses and medium-sized businesses. So for some, they need to understand how their systems are going to change, how they package their products. So making sure that when you reach out to a market this big, you need to understand the quantities that are required. So I think that's why it has been slow. And I think one of the other challenges has also been adoption of the actual policies within the countries. So it's one thing to sign at an apex level, at Africa level, but how do you now internalize it? What does that mean every day if as a trader I have a product that I want to get to Rwanda, for example? So if I don't already have contacts, I have to work to make sure that I understand what your market demands are, what is it that your customers want, so that I can adapt and adjust my product. So this is part of why you hear a lot of people saying, oh, we want to understand, we want to learn. Because even you heard yesterday that even in Nigeria, the first certificate of origin was just published. Now, these are already established markets. These are people that are producing huge quantities. So if someone was to come and say, I want to order a 20-foot container, it can be done overnight. Whereas with some of our businesses, to get to that level of production, it requires a bit of time. So I think that's why there's been that element of understanding, because I think people got overwhelmed with what the size of the market is, not understanding that sometimes it might just mean sending a container or a carton. So once you understand where I'm selling my product and the niche that you have, I think you can do a lot more to take advantage of what the AFCTA brings, rather than in a way rushing into it and then you find that actually this product has got no demand. So I think that's why you also see a lot of people displaying their products, because you can then see the variety and the richness of what is there in Africa. And most of the times we assume we have to get it from Europe. I've seen some really beautiful shoes that are done in Africa, made in Africa, where most of the times we might just import from Europe. So I think that's part of the process, also learning our abilities and also learning and appreciating what we produce. I mean, we've got this beautiful coffee that once they open the pack, you could smell the aroma. But most people might not know that Malawi is known for its coffee. They might know us for our tea, but not our coffee. So I think this is part of the process. And then even some of the other items like the ethanol gas and all that. So all this is part of that learning process, and I think that's why we're emphasizing on that. Yeah, I think for me, what I found interesting was just the examples and the discussion on how the government is also encouraging the private sector to take up and understand the opportunities that are there. You see how well it coordinated the interaction has been between government and business. I think for me, much as, yes, there is that coordination, from my role as within the chamber, I think we can do a lot more to have more seamless coordination, to also make sure that we are also purposeful in how we do things. You know, it was interesting because we are here talking about AFCTA, but within the same complex, some other part, there's a tea conference, and then you also have, I had a Malawian that came and they're doing tech, there's a tech conference. You can see that they're purposeful in making sure that all these people are coming together now, but some of these conversations actually feed into each other. So we're talking about e-marketing, which is something that has to be, you have to really put in policies that enable you to have, say, cheap access to data, to be able to do that and promote your product. So you have the tech people that are going to look into that. Then you have your producers that are already here that are actually producing the product that you need. So for me, I think it's being purposeful in making sure that you're also creating opportunities for people to actually take advantage of those. And I think whilst we push for adaptation of policies, I think we can do a lot more to actually be a bit more purposeful in how we encourage private sector action.
Okay, my name is Mercy Kamanga from Malawi, and all this is about sustainability to the environment. We are an ethanol production company in Malawi. We produce ethanol that is used for blending with our petrol for the same conservation issues. Our ethanol is taken from sugarcane that we actually grow in Malawi. When the company that grows sugarcane for our sugar in Malawi is finished with their production, we get the waste, which is in a form of molasses, to produce our ethanol. And then once we have done with the production process of our ethanol, the waste is now what we are turning into something that is beneficial to our farmers in Malawi, and that is the biofertilizer, which you are able to see down here that we've come to exhibit in Malawi. So the biofertilizer mainly is used for fixing of the soils, apart from aiding for the crops to produce more. So it's more of a friendly kind of solution to our soils that are actually depleting of the nutrients because of the inorganic fertilizers that have been around for quite some time. And at the same time, when we're producing this biofertilizer, our plant now will be capable of producing biogas, which is used to actually light up to provide energy for our operations in our country, especially within our campus, within our factory campus. But because we will be producing excess of electricity, we'll be giving some of the excess electricity to the grid, helping the Malawians and even the farmers that are around our factory complex. So in terms of the ethanol grades that we produce, I've mentioned about the fuel grade. We also do the grade that is for cooking. We are trying to help Malawi fight climate change, and therefore the ethanol for cooking is there to avoid deforestation, to provide a solution to deforestation that is rampant in our country. So currently we will be distributing these stoves to Malawians at a very minimal charge, and we'll also be making this ethanol for cooking affordable to our Malawian society so that they are able to use those solutions that are going to conserve the environment more. Okay, how we're doing that, one other way is, but you know, Malawi has got a lot of land which is so idle, and much of it has been already destroyed through deforestation. And when we are reclaiming it to now plant the sugarcane themselves are more sort of plants that are actually trying also to conserve the environment, because it's the sugarcane. You know, every plant, especially when it's got a green component in it, it actually helps, you know, in this process that we're talking about. So I wouldn't say it's more of giving more problems to the environment, but we're actually solving the problems that are being created by deforestation. And I've already mentioned that we are now providing that solution, because for us to reclaim that problem, to reclaim that loss from deforestation, it will take some time. To plant a tree takes more time to mature to a level that it's able to bring back all the opportunities and all that was lost before that. So now with planting of the sugarcane, because it's a cycle that goes on and on and on, it's another solution on its own. And what we're bringing out of the sugarcane production and then the ethanol production for cooking, that's even better for the society in Malawi and beyond, because people will no longer continue deforestation in Malawi.
And I would say it's an opportunity for the business community of Rwanda to really embrace. As Africa is large, Africa has a number of opportunities that Rwandan companies should tap into. And FCTA will help us to have access to certain markets, but with deducted tax rates, which people don't know. And the government of Rwanda has really worked on making sure that we have access. When I say access in terms of shipment by air, Rwanda, for example, has reduced the fees of shipping, and Rwanda Revenue can provide a certificate of origin under FCTA, and we've seen already some examples of few companies that have been exporting to Ghana, and the products or the merchandise would go along with the certificate of origin. And again, it's an opportunity for us even to learn about the new markets in African countries. As the continent itself, it's wide, it has a different population, the needs may not be the same as us, but we know that we have the products that they may need. But again, even us, there are products we may need from other African countries. So hosting this business forum, it's an opportunity even to connect with African companies and look ways how to collaborate. We do not have the culture of collaboration, but this is even calling us to collaborate. Where we are strong, we add it to what others are offering, and others, what they are strong on, they add it to what we may not know. Rwandan businesses should connect. They should learn from other companies, finding ways of either collaborating, working together. If they see that they can even represent these companies here, and finding ways of being represented in their countries. I think the connection part is very important, and then the sharing of information. Because in business, we always need information. How do we improve the quality of our products? How do we improve the quality of our services? And I do believe it will even help us to grow and bring us to another level.
Moi, je m'appelle Madame Gekajita Désiré. Je suis la directrice et la fondatrice de l'entreprise BioKaji qui fait dans la transformation des produits issus de l'agriculture tchadienne. Bon, par exemple, ici, le Tchad a de très bonnes qualités de beurre de karité, mais là, c'est les noix de karité. Et le beurre, c'est sorti de ces noix. Et notre beurre de karité, c'est beaucoup plus pour la cosmétique. On ne peut pas mettre ça là dans les sachets parce que c'est trop mou. Et c'est avec le karité que j'ai extrait l'huile et puis j'ai fait le beurre. Donc ici, ça c'est deux qualités de beurre de karité. Là, c'est le beurre enrichi au citron pour enlever l'odeur. Et ici, on a le beurre de karité mélangé à l'huile de moringa. Et ici, on a la spiruline du Tchad. Et vous savez que le Tchad a de très bonnes qualités de spiruline mondialement. Le Tchad occupe le premier rang par rapport à la spiruline parce que nous, on a la chance d'avoir la spiruline qui pousse à l'état naturel. On ne cultive pas. Donc là, on utilise comme complément alimentaire. Et la même spiruline, j'ai fait le savon avec. Et le savon, ça travaille la peau, ça enlève toutes les cellules mortes de la peau. Chez nous, quand une fille part en mariage, on prend la spiruline et se lave avec et puis ça donne de souplesse à la peau. Et ici, on a le Nîmes. Je ne sais pas, est-ce qu'il y a l'arbre nimier ici? Donc c'est un très bon savon antiseptique. Comme il y a la maladie de l'autre là, comment on appelle, du singe là, avec des boutons là, varicelle ou de singe, tu peux te laver avec et puis ça fait partir les boutons. Et puis même les démangeaisons, tout ça, ça part. Et puis là, c'est le chébé du Tchad. Chébé, ça c'est une plante sauvage que les femmes tchadiennes du Nord utilisent pour faire pousser les cheveux. Et puis, je suis très contente de venir ici, à Kigali, échanger avec mes sœurs d'ici. Je l'ai rencontrée seulement hier, maintenant on est des sœurs. Elle est venue me visiter, donc je suis très contente de cette rencontre parce qu'il y a de brassage entre nous les Africains. Et on pourra, dans l'avenir, faire le commerce entre nous les Africains. Merci. C'est à moi de vous remercier. Merci beaucoup.